We live.
And we're live.
And we're live. Yeah,
And we're
and we're
live.
live.
What up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Wrestling with the Bros. Hold on 1 second. Okay, whatever. Along with Hayden
This
and
guy's
Fair, I'm
wild, bro.
Chris. So glad you're here with us on a Tuesday night, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have had a great weekend of WrestleMania content. It was a lot that happened this past weekend. But make sure you follow us on Twitter at WWTV 2024. Also, you see our Twitter handles up there as well, so follow us there. That's a beautiful belt that Hayden has on his shoulder right there. We kind of covered a lot of what happened at WrestleMania 41 nights 1 and 2 with the live stream, and thank you so much for everybody who tuned in for that. Just to wrap up and put a bow on WrestleMania 41, just a quick thought. Overall, Hayden, I'll start with you. Overall, what would you give WrestleMania 41?
Uh, Man, I'm gonna give a solid 7.5.
Okay, 7.5. All right, fair.
hmm
Wow, he must be eating a
hmm
French fry.
No, he's on mute.
Oh, damn.
MVP.
I muted myself. I was
Oh
just
my gosh,
talking.
this guy's here.
Um,
This guy here,
yeah, yeah.
Unprofessional.
very.
I'll leave. That'd be more professional, wouldn't it?
You like
Seven
Shaq,
point
like
two.
Shaq today did on.
Oh
Yep,
yeah,
I'll
like
leave.
Shaq last night. Yeah,
But yeah, 7.2 around there. Wasn't nothing
seven point
special.
two.
We all know the ending. It was trash. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, I give it about a 7.5, maybe close to an 8 overall. I enjoyed it. Enjoyed it for the most part. I will say WWE, they definitely surpassed their ticket gates. They had about 70,000 each night. So
Oh,
so
that 82 million each night. You mean? Oh, you gotta.
oh no, I'm sorry. No,
Yeah,
bring that
right.
way down. It was 40,000 per night. No.
Mhm.
Overall, like I said, it was a solid mania. It looked like it was a lot of fun just from some of the social media posts and videos that I saw. And as they say, what happens in Vegas, stay in Vegas. So we are on the road now to WrestleMania 42, which will take place April 11th and 12th, from New Orleans, Louisiana. And I think they learned their lesson. Don't have it around Easter. Because yeah,
Yeah,
422.
yeah.
Yeah, I think they learned their lesson. Actually, Easter is April 5th of next year, so it'll be after Easter. So that'd be good.
Uh, you know what I'm gonna say about this WrestleMania though. If it was solely based on night two,
Hmm.
it would be ranked higher for me.
If it was solely
Okay.
based on night two, it would be ranked higher.
Yeah, the
Why?
inconsistency
Because the
between
rest of
both
the
nights.
card,
The yeah,
because the rest of the card was
because
better.
of the rest of the card. Yeah, I think the inconsistency between the two nights really threw me off. There was a couple matches that I felt like, honestly, there was a couple matches that could have been left off, and I don't see why you couldn't have made it one night with how rushed night two felt.
Mm.
Listen,
Okay.
I've rewatched WrestleMania already. Um, I I get this thing about wanting to pile on this company sometimes. It was an average WrestleMania. Okay, like I don't care what night one and night two, which one was better and all of that, because it doesn't matter. It was an average WrestleMania, and it literally it reverse mirrored itself.
Mhm.
The undercard to night two was better than the main event for night two, and
By
vice
leaps and
versa for
bounds.
night one. It just it the main event elevated night one, and the main event kind of decreased night two. I mean, it made it average. It didn't feel like a WrestleMania for sure. I can all agree with that, but it's just okay. And
Yeah.
if it was okay, and the nitpicking that's going on right now with this pay-per-view is just insane. Like everybody has a story that why this happened, this because of this, that because of that. Meanwhile, a dude is telling you what happened,
Yeah.
and y'all just don't want to fucking listen. Like y'all just don't want to listen.
See,
It's just like
see,
I
you
don't
know
want to
what?
hear the
I
truth
don't mind.
because
I
this
see.
lie over here that I'm saying is better.
I don't. That's been done since the beginning of time. So I'm not really tripping about that.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't trip about that because everybody's going to have their opinion about about a pay per view as big as WrestleMania. We have our opinion. Uh, nights one and two. So if we don't agree with what everybody says, then we don't agree, or if we do, or vice versa. Whatever the case may be. I think the biggest thing, the biggest takeaway from the entire WrestleMania, honestly, was the fact of what happened in the John Cena Cody Rhodes match, and the fact that The Rock wasn't there, and Travis Scott showed up. Which I get why Travis Scott is involved because Travis Scott brings in a whole different set of eyeballs to the
No, he
product. So
doesn't.
I get that.
Yeah.
No, he
Yeah,
doesn't.
yes, he does. Yes, he does. He does. He brings a different set of eyeballs of maybe people who are big Travis Scott fans who may not like WWE, but guess what? He's in WWE, so you know what? Let me check it out
You
because my
think those
oldest son,
stoners is watching WWE?
yeah,
Hey, 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 hey,
Nah,
hey.
bro, you didn't bring nothing.
How often are
right,
you high? How often are you high when you watch WWE?
exactly, a
I
lot.
don't live that
So
stoner
let's.
life. Just because I smoke a joint once a
I'm just
fucking day
messing with you.
doesn't make
I'm
me
Oh
a
just,
my
stoner.
gosh. But
just
but
messing
but
with you,
here's my
man.
point. But here's my point. So I get why Travis Scott wasn't there, even though from a wrestling standpoint it made no sense. But I get it from a marketing standpoint and a business standpoint.
Yeah,
I think the biggest takeaway was the fact that The Rock not being there, and people were expecting The Rock to be there to help conclude this portion of the story. That's what everybody is complaining about.
yeah.
So I totally understand that.
I would
Um,
have, I would have at least added Seth into the mix than in night two. That to me that would have, I don't know, given I wouldn't have cared if The Rock showed up. If Seth had showed up with night two with Paul Heyman and basically, screwed Cody out of the title and helping Cena, that probably would have been better for me. But at the end of the day, like again, it is a business, and I mean, we can speculate and we can, fan cast all we want and all that good stuff. But at the end of the night, they did what they did, and um, the most important thing that they did was follow it up with an amazing Raw. That was
exactly,
all that
which
you could really
exactly
ask for.
Yeah, which I think they really had to, in a sense, just because of how everybody was really talking about how either this Mania was average, it was terrible, or it was good, but the main event for night two wasn't good. So let's go ahead and jump into Raw after Mania, which took place in Las Vegas last night, which pretty much concludes the weekend of WrestleMania. John Cena once again came out to the ring, cut a very good promo. He came out to the same way he did at WrestleMania 41 for his match against Cody Rhodes, and as he was getting ready to conclude his promo, out comes the Viper, the Apex Predator, Randy Orton, and gives him a good RKO. And I think we're going to get, or I know we're going to get, Randy Orton versus John Cena. Not sure if it's going to be a backlash or where it's
Oh,
going to
it'll be
be
in
at.
St. Louis. It'll be in St.
In
Louis.
St. Louis? Okay,
Yeah.
so there we go. Um, Hayden, I'll start with you. What was your thoughts about the beginning of Raw, and how much are you looking forward to seeing Randy Orton against John Cena one last time?
You know, I love that. I love that we didn't get Cody Rhodes coming out. And I know that, I come off as like a Cody fan and all that stuff, but that's mostly to mess with fair. Um, but I love that I love that we're getting Randy and Cena. I love that the roles are kind of reversed this time, where Cena was always kind of the fan favorite when it was their rivalry, and Randy was always this psychological, menace and just And it's really cool to see now the opposite happening, where Cena is the heel and Randy is the face. And I honestly think we could see an attempted punt on Cena. That would be really
Hmm.
cool. I don't think Cena will get a punt. Um, he don't want to mess up that new hair transplant that he got. Uh, poor man, getting bullied for something he can't control. Uh, he's right, man. You know, the thing is with John Cena's promos is they're true. They're 100% true. There's so many
Hmm.
fans who just obliterate this dude just because they don't like him. And I think that's what makes his heel character so interesting to me, is that he is actually speaking truth. Do I think it really affects him? No. I think the millions and millions of dollars that he makes it not a big deal. But I think that the fact that he's pulling from a source of truth and honesty really makes his heel character interesting to me. And I really loved what he had to say on Monday night. And I love that Randy was able to come out and give you a little bit of that nostalgia of just the Viper, hunting his prey. And Cena sold the shit out of that RKO, as he always does. I don't think
Oh
anybody sells
yeah.
an RKO. I don't think anybody sells an RKO quite like Cena.
And, and you know what really added to his promo? Once he realized Orton was in the ring, him saying shit, I think made it that much more,
He used
great.
he used profanity.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I thought it was a very, very good segment. Fair, go ahead, man.
You muted.
Oh, I muted?
Damn, did I mute again? Fuck.
Oh my gosh, this
Um,
guy here, man. He,
I
had the
thought
whole
I
bunch.
took my shit off mute.
he
Goddamn.
had he has French fries and just can't cut his
Well, I
mic
wish
on.
I
What the
had.
hell, man?
I wish I
And that
had some more
sodium's
French
getting to
fries.
his brain.
There was some good
Right.
French fries. There was some good French fries, man. I'm telling you. But no, see, to go back to what I feel about Raw, I got to talk about the whole day, starting with Pat McAfee's show.
Okay.
He pretty much
Okay.
told us what the story is. He said he has to fix the relationship between wrestler and crowd, pretty much. He
Hmm.
said it's okay for y'all, right, to yell things and scream things at me, and I gotta say, okay, that's the crowd, they have their opinion. But when I give my opinion on how you do, now I'm a bad guy.
Mm.
That's the story. They're pretty much taking to task, or Cena's taking to task the WWE universe on how they treat people, how they use people. That's the story of John Cena. And I say
So
I
he's
gotta go back even hold on, I gotta go back even further back to all the promos. When he says he's gonna he and I go back to Raw for a second, he said, and he said it on Pat McAfee's too, he said that I'm taking this title, the title held by Bruno, by Stone Cold, yada yada, all those the history of WWE was with the title that I have, the title that Roman has for over 1,000 days, blah blah blah. Right? I have that title, and come December, I'm taking this bitch home, and you have to start all over. Meaning you got to pick who you like again. Now you got to have a brand new lineage for a title. All of that, because I'm taking this home because you don't deserve it anymore. Because you went behind a dude like Cody Rhodes. That's the story. Just that of the story. So now that you think about everything that he was saying in the past 6 weeks, it all ties up. Now, did they fuck up the story by including The Rock, or The Rock including himself, however you want to say it? Yeah, because it didn't need it. I've been saying it for weeks. We don't need The Rock anymore. I don't
mm,
want The Rock anymore. I don't want to see him around wrestling. If he's gonna go out there and say that amount of people that came to WrestleMania and give me if you a smell what the Rock is cooking, maybe people's elbow, somebody give me the hits. Cool. I don't need you as a character on TV no more, bro. You're not helping. You're not helping. You fucked up. Really fucked up 2 WrestleManias. So let's keep it funky. They just saved the other one last year. They were able to save it because it was good for what they built. This year though, bro, from what he said, and if the truth is what he said, then that's what it is. Nobody else is gonna say anything because Triple H ain't gonna say anything. Nick Khan ain't gonna say anything. Ari ain't gonna come out and say, "Well, actually, he's not gonna say anything because it doesn't mean anything. It's not worth it." So whatever he said is the truth now. He said he told them way back when, "I'm not gonna be at WrestleMania." So everybody talking about he fucked up a storyline. Let me ask y'all a question. This shit started right in October, Bad Blood, right when he came
Bad
out and
blood.
did the 1, 2, 3 shit, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Tell me what the story. Tell me what the story for Cody was then for WrestleMania. What was it pointing to at that time?
Uh, let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Oh gosh, I'm getting a brain cramp here trying to think
It
of
was
what it was at the
the
top of
the
my
I,
story.
head.
I'll answer the question. It was nothing. He wasn't doing anything. He had a tag team match with Roman Reigns. He didn't fucking do anything to point to WrestleMania yet. He didn't do shit.
Okay.
So what did he mess up? What did The Rock mess up? Nothing. Because in October, Ari said, Canada's not coming to fucking to the show. Rock, I need you to come there. And he said, okay. And then him and Triple H said, well, we got to make it mean something, right? Because everybody loves me. And then they come up with this bullshit.
I think
He
I
been told them that he was going to be at WrestleMania. And you know what they did? They booked the shit that they did. They booked the shit that they did. So it ain't The Rock. Stop pointing at him. Ari Emanuel one needs to mind his business and let them cook and let them pull the fucking people. If it's gonna be a short show, then hey, you ain't hot no more, bro. Let's get it back. But don't ask The Rock to come here no more. It doesn't save shit. Good stories save shit. Let them tell them stories. And Triple H, if they do that to you, book something better. Cause this was trash. That's the bottom line. It ain't The Rock. Creative goes through Triple H, and he fucked his mania up. He made it average because he did what he did, being spiteful or whatever he was trying to do. He booked this shit. But I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna bring it back into kayfabe. John Cena said, "Whatever they give me, I'm gonna make it work." And when he did it raw, he's making it work, and that's how I feel about the Raw after Mania.
And that's how I feel about that.
and that's the way the cookie crumbles. Look here. Um, I hear what you're saying, but I'm gonna put blame on everybody. I'm gonna put blame on everybody because there's a little bit of blame to go around to everybody. TKO, The Rock, Triple H. Um, while I do agree that The Rock didn't necessarily have to be there, once you inserted yourself inside into that story, finish the story.
Mm.
Finish the story so that way, once it's concluded, hey, you're done because you signaling 1, 2, 3 or whatever it was at Bad Blood or at Elimination Chamber, whatever it was,
It
is
was
giving
bad
us
blood.
hints that it's gonna be it's giving us or it's letting us know that you're going to you got something planned that's coming or what have you, and we all thought that it was going to be we all and finish because one of the things that he did last year when he was going to be on the card at Mania was he was on social media almost all the time posting 8 10 minute videos whatever and so forth and so on. And if you notice for this one he didn't post anything, so I okay fine he didn't he he said that it was done or whatever, and then TKO came to him and said, "Hey, we need your help because we got to boost some ticket sales, whatever." Understand that it's business, but you know what? If that's the case, then they should have never even asked Rock in the first place. And then, so that's TKO's part. And then Triple H, Triple H, if you book that, then guess what? Hey, you got to take this L, good brother, because a lot of people have been coming at your head for the last few days about how WrestleMania was booked. So you're gonna have to hold this L or what have you. If The Rock doesn't come back, fine. I'm gonna lose any sleep over it. It is what it is. But to conclude the end of this story and be done, I felt personally The Rock should have been there, not Travis Scott. Although like I said earlier, I understand why he was there. But no, The Rock should have just came,
I don't.
finish out that story, and be done. And after that, you don't have to come back no more. You're done.
I yeah. I think I think with the way that Triple H was doing interviews leading up to Mania, I think he was trying to telegraph us and trying to let us know,
That's what I'm
like
saying.
like it
He was
wasn't
Yeah,
he was
happening.
running
that's how
PR
you take
damage.
it.
Um,
I would just
and
take it to just it was kind of a warning.
yeah,
That's what it
and
was.
it was like, hey, like it kind of felt like I would say that it felt like it was a little bit out of Triple H's hands in some ways. Um, I think maybe he had some outside voices that were trying to get him to do
I
certain
think,
things.
hey, I think the rumors that people are saying, I think Jonathan Coachman said this. There's a power struggle right now for creative in WWE.
I agree with
Yeah,
you.
That's what's
I
going
agree with
on.
Coach on that. I agree, and I think you saw. I think right now creatively, I think Triple H and Rock are having a huge disagreement, or they're not seeing eye to eye on where
Triple H and
things are
who?
going. Triple H and Rock. I'm sorry, he did not say.
Did you say? Are you saying The Rock?
He said the Rock. Yeah, he said Triple H and the Rock are having a power struggle,
Oh,
pretty much.
I would venture to say it's not The Rock. I think The Rock's just a board member. I don't know how much say he really has in what happens in the day to day. I would venture
Okay.
to say that it's probably CEO of TKO, and they're probably wanting things to look a certain way. And with
Hmm.
Vegas being what it is, they probably they probably wanted to, they probably wanted it to go a certain way because for it to be in Vegas, that was huge, right? Like it hasn't been in Vegas since WrestleMania 9, right?
Hmm.
And so I think there was probably a little bit of what you felt on the first Raw of Netflix. I think there was a
Hmm.
little bit of that feeling of it, like, okay, this doesn't necessarily feel like for the real fans. This kind of feels like it's pandering towards a new crowd. Um, and so, I mean, it was the first PLE uh, on Netflix broadcasted worldwide too. So there's that. Um, so I think there's probably too many chefs in the kitchen right now. Last night felt more like a traditional, like Triple H had control of everything. I will say last night there was only one thing that bothered me, and it really wasn't that big of an issue. It was Rusev's debut. It made no sense to me to be where it was at. Um, that's the only thing that kind of bothered me. But other than that, like Raw was almost near perfect in my eyes.
I don't really have a problem with him. I think it was just a spot to get him to beat up some people and look strong and
Dude,
pose and
dude looked good, man. Dude looked like he
yeah,
Yeah, he
was taking it
does.
seriously.
yeah.
Yeah, and
I
and,
don't
and
think
he's back with
anything.
CJ Perry too. So I don't know if that's gonna. I don't know
Yeah,
how
I
that's gonna
she
don't.
last,
it
but
was announced today that she signed a Legends deal.
okay, okay.
So
I mean,
she's gonna be
I
there.
don't. Yeah, I didn't really find that anything to be there. I kind of felt like I was like we was on the space. That obviously the EO Stephanie match was random, but good. And
I
then
felt
Hmm.
they
like
kind
it did
of
a good job. Yeah, I was gonna say it felt like it did a good job at setting up Worlds Collide. I think that's really what that was for.
Yeah, yeah, like we said, I think that's what that is a tag match there. Um, what else? And the Dom and Penta match was low key a good match. Was a great match
Hmm.
actually.
Very
And
good
then
match, and they're setting up that story for Dom and Finn Balor to meet. Because you saw what
And
happened
with
when
Jay,
JD came back.
yeah, I
yeah,
feel
he
like
was.
Finn they trying to push like Finn kind of is outside of the loop now. Yeah, so
Hmm.
he's about to get kicked out. You can
He
definitely see it. Definitely see that.
because I mean when
Yeah,
he
you
took
definitely
over
can.
it, and again it's long term storytelling here. When he took over, it was all about us.
Hmm.
But ever since he's like become the quote unquote leader, he's like been pushing the agenda that he accused Damian Priest of, which is being a leader and forcing the group to move in a certain direction. And now you're
Hmm.
seeing Dom kind of take that leadership role, which is crazy. Um,
Do you see Dom being a face soon, or is still gonna be a heel? That's me, fair.
man, man, I don't know, dude. He's such a good heel. I just don't know if I would ever want to see him as a face again. Like, I think the crowd's with him, but I don't think he's a face, if that makes sense.
I don't think he. I think that I've been feeling like this with Dom for a minute. He has not been getting like the heat raging boos that he was getting before. He for like the last couple months, people have been cheering him, a little low key cheering. I think this was kind of just a culmination of people that just wanted to cheer Dom and see him win something for once. So
Yeah, agree.
I don't know if you like maybe they try to heat him up to be back heel, but I don't think he's getting booed anymore like he used to.
Yeah. But I mean, you see that with a lot of heels now though too. Like Drew gets cheered and Drew's a
Hmm.
heel. I mean, look at Seth. Seth is obviously a heel now. He's
Right.
still getting cheered. He's still having his song. I think the
I don't.
generation
He
of
got booed a
of
little bit. He got booed a little bit. Got booed a little bit last week.
by the Roman
Got
by
booed
the
a little
Roman fans, which is
bit. Right.
natural. But I mean, ultimately, I still think he's got way more positive heat than he does, the heat of a heel.
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
but and then Braun coming out, like Braun, Braun
Yeah.
Breaker, he's been a heel for a while, but he ain't getting booed at all because he's he's that fucking good. And I think the generation where we come from is like you have to boo the bad guy is over. I think that there is a set of people, and maybe it really reflects culture, is sometimes it's fun to boo. I mean, sometimes it's fun to root for the bad guy. We do it in movies
Hmm.
sometimes. Like, I mean, really, did we hate? Like, let's use the Avengers as an example. Thanos. Were we really booing Thanos? No, we loved seeing him on the screen. We wanted to see, his plan come to fruition. And yes, ultimately, we want to see the heroes succeed. But I think the
There's people
natural,
out there that said Thanos was right, bro. Like,
yeah. So I
Hmm.
mean, it's a different day and age. Like I think that, there's way more people who find the bad guys way more interesting. Like,
mm,
um, another perfect example is like, what is Batman without the Joker? Like you need those bad guys, and there's tons of fan base for the Joker.
That's very
before
true.
we dive into the main event, I kind of want to talk about Jay Uso and where they're going with that.
Yeah,
If
I was
they
actually I was going to leave with that too. Go ahead.
right, if they are going Sami Zayn first, I like that. I like that. That'll be a good story if they do it correctly. And ain't not a person that was watching the space with us, watching TV, wherever you were watching that Raw, when Sami Zayn was sitting in front of that man and staring at him when he was on that top buckle, you can't tell me nobody didn't think he was gonna get a haluva kick when he jumped out.
Oh yeah,
I'm here for it,
yeah.
bro. Heel
Honestly
Sami
thought he
Zayn,
was
I'm
getting it.
here for it, bro.
Yeah,
I'm here
you know
for it.
what? You know what? It kind of makes me wonder. if Kevin Owens doesn't get hurt, would Kevin Owens have been Jay Uso's first opponent?
He's
I would
on
have liked to have seen
SmackDown.
that. Oh
He's
yeah,
on
yeah. I
SmackDown.
keep
Y'all gotta
forgetting. I
remember
keep
they're
forgetting.
on two different shows. They're not. You can't. Like
Hey,
people
hey, I
keep saying, like,
forgot,
what if
man.
Drew is in the new group? Drew's on SmackDown. He can't be in the new group. He's not in the new group. You got to think somebody
Okay.
else from Raw, and then it's just like I'm not saying talking about you, Chris. It's just I swear to God, I've been trying to just redo all the garbage that's on the IWC about this WrestleMania, and then they're talking about Raw and they're being positive about that, and they're like, oh, what if Drew comes over? And why would they let Drew out of their quote unquote contract with SmackDown to be a part of a group on Raw? Why would they do that? It's supposed to be two
Uh,
different shows, businesses. That's like, come on, bro.
yeah.
You
I
get
forgot about Kevin Owens being on. So you're right. He's on SmackDown. No, Sami Zayn would be is a great choice. Because and it makes sense. That because you can really play it like Sami Zayn. If you decide to go that route, you can really play it as Sami Zayn acting like he's happy for Jay winning the belt. But you know what? You really wouldn't have. You really could have been in the dirt or whatever if I wasn't there to really kind of pull you out during that whole bloodline situation. Like you can kind of go that route,
no, it
per
can get
se,
deep.
and it can get deep. So no, it's a good choice. And you know what? If they decide to go that route, I would actually that could be your you could play that out all summer long if you really wanted to.
I think he can go in and out with the summer. Probably mix Gunther back in there. Maybe
Hmm.
they get a triple threat match off one of those pay per views or whatever. Um, but I like I said,
Yeah.
I like that's a good first opponent. It'll they have chemistry. It'll come off real. I feel like they selected a good. Hopefully, they selected a good opponent for his first title defense. That was I felt that was really good. Um, And as I say, like I just said that Drew's on SmackDown. Well, Randy's on SmackDown too, but all of a sudden he's about to fight
Transition
Cena.
to
But
Raw.
Cena
So
can go
so
on both shows. Cena can go on
yeah.
both shows though. So
Yeah, I
Oh
mean, but I feel like that championship is kind of interchangeable between both shows. You know what I mean? And I think obviously it's still billed as the top belt right now. But that makes me think of something that you said earlier, Fair, about what Cena said about when I leave, I've taken this with me. Is there a
mm,
possibility? Is there a real possibility that Cena leaves with the belt and then we have to start with a new belt?
I
yeah,
think so.
I
That
I
would
believe
think
so.
so. I think
I would
you
let
know
him
what?
retire with the belt. He and you know what? Just not even storyline wise, just as a gift to him would be cool. You feel what I'm saying?
Um
Just that'll be
yeah.
his ending storyline that he retired with the WWE the undisputed belt, the belt. He retires with it. That'd be awesome.
And
That would be
then too, you
fucking
can
great.
also too, you can kind of I don't know if it I kind of looked at it from this angle too. Maybe they're trying to maybe by doing this, you're essentially ending any ties, any connection, even though technically you're not, but story wise or what have you, Vince McMahon is he's out the picture for real. But now this really like Cena takes that belt, and now you have to start with a new belt and all the other good stuff. That eliminates or that erased or not erases, but it moves away everything of Vince because TKO does not want anything to be known with that. And now you're starting
Mm.
TKO can kind of say now we're starting our own brand of wrestling in a sense, if that makes sense.
I mean, if you want to erase Vince out of the history books, you take his belt or his lineage to his prior company and his father's company. Actually, yeah, you just put that belt out. You pretty much say you John Cena retired with that belt, and now
Hmm.
you have
Hmm.
a what'll be cool is, hey, Royal Rumble for the new title.
Yep.
Oh, that'd be cool. I would like that.
Yep.
Yeah. and whoever's the final four or who the final two, maybe those are the dudes that go off to WrestleMania and have a story. There's a lot of things you can do. You can have Cody win it back at a SummerSlam or something like that. You can have maybe a Punk or even Orton win it back off of him. It's a lot of different ways, but I do think with this story, as far as seeing his opponents go, it's going to be the hits. It's going to be all of his previous villains per se, um,
Mm-hmm.
in the reverse role. Now they're the good guys going after the bad guy Cena instead of being the bad guy for Cena, and that's interesting to me, especially with an Orton and Cena, because the reverse of that, I don't even know how that looks, and I'm intrigued to find out what.
Yeah.
I am, yeah, I'm with you too. The main event or the main story of Monday Night Raw, Seth Rollins comes out with Paul Heyman, and I'm not even gonna lie, I was about to get pissed when they showed the credits at the end. I'm like,
Mm,
oh, I know these bastards are not getting ready to end this show right now, and Seth Rollins hasn't even said a word, and then or even Paul Heyman for that matter, and then CM
yeah.
Punk comes out, and then Roman Reigns comes out, and then out of nowhere, Braun Breaker comes out. What are your thoughts about Braun Breaker teaming up with Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman? I know people are saying that this is like this is like Evolution 2.0. They're trying to compare it to back then or what have you. But I mean, just your thoughts. Fair, I'm gonna start with you. Just your thoughts on what do you think about Braun Breaker teaming up with Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman, and who could that if they're going to add a third person or a fourth person rather to this faction? Do you want it? Could it be a woman? Maybe could it be a woman that they add? What do you think?
I don't know about the third person thing because I think the gist of it is to have it between be between Punk and Roman and Seth and Braun. Like I think it's to highlight them four. Um, but I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to adding the third. I see everybody talking about Becky. I don't know if we want to see Seth and Becky on the same page again. I
Hmm.
don't like the first time was kind of horrible. It wasn't good. I don't know if everybody remembers that, but yeah, it definitely had a fast start. I did not expect Roman to be there. I don't know about you guys. I didn't expect Roman to be at Raw.
I
I don't
thought he
know
was
why.
going to be. I don't know
I
why he
Yeah, I
was
didn't
though.
either. I didn't either.
I
And,
really
and,
did.
and, and my wife, she was watching it with me. She was like, Roman needs to come. I'm like, nah, he ain't there. He ain't there. And then like
Yeah,
10 seconds later, here comes Roman. She's like, I told you. I'm like, yeah, well, all right,
yeah.
whatever,
It's
man.
like wow, bro. Like, damn.
But you know
Okay,
what though?
so
I wonder, well, how long do you think Roman's gonna be out? Until maybe
I don't know if he's
maybe
out like that. They might be on some like every other week stuff. I feel like I don't know. I just the tone of Roman's interviews around Mania too. Like I feel like he's kind of getting angry at this part time shit that people be trying to load him with. And I'm thinking he's gonna be on TV. I guess like I said, I fully expected the 3 weeks and then he'll be on randomly beat up Seth. You know what I'm saying? No, he right up there. And then it feels like a tag match build for Backlash. I don't know if you guys agree with that or not, but it feels like that. So why wouldn't
Yeah.
he be on TV a couple more times? I mean, they got what 3 weeks, so he should be on TV
um
a couple more times for that.
yeah, May 10th is backlash. So yeah, about 2.5, 3 weeks on. Yeah, yeah.
When's the or it could be, I mean, Roman kind of does the big stuff, right? Like it could be Clash in Paris.
I think by time SummerSlam in the summer, I don't want to say all the summer ones, but just the summer ones be there. I think they'll like I'm guessing they're doing a Roman Braun match. Or they could do a Punk Braun match and do a Seth Roman match, but that'll be SummerSlam probably as a singles match. That's why I said I think they do the tag match now, or maybe um I don't know because there's no Saudi show this June, so I don't know. Money in the Bank, maybe. I don't know, but I feel like you'll get that tag match pretty soon. First,
Um, no, overall, I thought Raw after Mania was a very good show. Like I said, Rusev came back. I thought we were going to see Trick Williams come back. I mean, come out rather.
mm.
He didn't come out. He was backstage according to reports. So maybe they're going to put him on SmackDown. Don't know. I guess SmackDown officially concludes everything with WrestleMania because that's the SmackDown after Mania.
I
Um,
think so, and I'm pretty sure Cena's gonna be there. Um, here's what I want to know. I want to know, like, because I understand Raw and Cena can go to both shows, right? But are they going
Mhm.
to isolate? I feel like they're going to isolate the stories. I feel like most of the Punk, Roman, Seth stuff will be on Raw, and then you'll probably get more Cena on SmackDown. Like, I wonder if they're actually going to split it. It won't actually be like a mixture of, these people being on different shows that much anyway,
Mhm.
Mhm.
which I would like. I would like isolated storylines. That actually be maybe they'll get more time if not so many people keep crossing over because it's Mania season.
Yeah.
um, well, one thing that I think I was surprised that Pat McAfee did a show after Gunther made him turn red
Yeah, that
last
was
night.
interesting.
And
Purple. Turned purple.
Purple. That
yeah,
yeah, that man was purple.
yeah, purple. Yeah.
Purple blue.
But no,
That man was about to throw up in the middle of the aisle.
you kind
Yeah.
of had two stories going at once with uh Gunther coming out getting mad because because of what Michael Cole and Pat McAfee were talking about as far as Gunther tapping out at WrestleMania, and then you
Mm,
had and which kind of I think fair. You talked about we talked about this in the space how this
mm.
probably leads to Gunther against Goldberg,
Goldberg.
but also too now you got a story of where Michael Cole where he mentioned to Adam Pearce backstage about how us as commentators we have a right to an opinion too. So we should be attacked for our opinions or what have you. So I think you kind of have two stories
Yeah.
right now. Just out of that segment, you have two stories possibly brewing out of that.
I think it's all tied into one because what this if you talk about Bill Goldberg now and how he acts, wouldn't that be the superhero bullshit that he be talking about? Oh, I'm gonna
Mhm.
come save these guys because they're the OGs and they allowed to have opinions and you're being a bully and that he's a Superman in this fucking series and now he gets to go against the big monster oppressor. That sounds like some super
Right.
fucking hero shit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That feels like a Goldberg match. Like he's gonna come out of here and defend Michael Cole and Pat McAfee.
Yeah, that I mean
Yeah.
that was a great segment actually. That was totally unexpected. And I say that for me because I didn't think Gunther was going to show up. I thought maybe Gunther was going to take just some time off and just kind of recuperate and relax a little bit. So to see him out there for Raw the day after Mania, me personally, I was kind of shocked. But I like the segment. I thought the segment was very good. I enjoyed it, and now we have some good story coming out of this. So no, I enjoyed it. Hayden, what's your take?
On the ending segment, or are we talking about Gunther?
Oh, Gunther.
Yeah.
All of it if you want to
Uh,
do it. Go ahead.
yeah. I mean, so I'll go from there because that kind of led onto the rest of the night. Um, the whole Gunther segment I thought was really good. Um, I do think it's going to build. I think the story is going to build some tension within like making the commentators more characters again, which is always a little fun. It's always enjoyable. And then you can have Corey Graves come out and be a heel commentator or something like that. I don't know.
Oh yeah. By the way, Corey
Uh,
Graves set that up, ladies and gentlemen. Corey Graves set that up.
yeah, go get him. Uh, uh, but no, I thought it was good. Man, uh, Gunther was either really choking the shit out of Pat or Pat was doing a damn good job at.
I think it was
I
both.
think it was. I think it was
I
both. I was
think
about to
it
say. I
was
think it was
both.
both. Because
Uh,
if you go back and look at that, when they had that close up of Gunther choking out Pat, Gunther's arm was literally like under Pat's neck, and then he kind of let loose a little bit once he
yeah.
realized that that Pat was actually getting ready to pass the hell out.
Well, Pat's red anyways, most of the time, but I mean, he really sold the shit out of that. And then I thought a good follow up this morning was the conversation he had with The Rock talking about what are you going to do about this and you know uh,
Right. Yeah.
The Rock
He
said
said,
get your
"Yo,
shit
this
together.
WWE, bro. You better get your shit together."
Exactly. And then so that I mean I thought that was really good. I do not want to see another Jay Gunther match for a while. To be honest with you, I'm tired of
Oh
it.
yeah.
I'm ready for it to be done.
No,
I'm
I
ready.
don't think we're getting. Yeah.
I'm ready for Gunther to go do something else. I'm ready for him to maybe even, uh, I don't know, maybe go back after the IC title. I don't know.
No, he
He
need to
needs
go.
something.
You know, lose and win somewhere a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to
Yeah,
run crazy.
he needs some character development. I think after this. But yeah, overall a great segment. I thought Michael Cole did a great job, kind of following up, and then Joe Tessitore. It was interesting to hear Joe and Michael Cole commentate side by side. It
Hmm.
was it was an interesting
Yeah.
combination. But
He
then
was
you
back
go
there
into
eating
the end
some
of them.
baked ziti. He was eating some baked
Yeah, the man
ziti.
said, "I'm wondering.
Oh shoot!
The,
Goddamn.
the yeah the way that he came out tells me I don't know if he knew really what was about to happen.
Oh,
Because man
Michael Cole.
was
No, no.
huh
Joe
Oh, Joe
Tessitore.
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 Yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah,
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 he was out there, no shirt, no jacket. He had to put his
yeah.
jacket back on
He
after
was like,
the match.
"Oh shoot! Wait a minute! I gotta go over there. All right, come on, man."
Yeah,
Yeah.
they was like, "Hey Joe, go out there real quick. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead."
Although,
He choked him a little bit too hard. You gotta go out there. Hurry up,
Yeah,
hurry up.
right.
yeah. So, I mean, that was great. And then you go on to the ending segment of the night, which was obviously Seth coming out, and then um, Seth really giving Monday Night Messiah vibes. So just the
Hmm.
fact that he was so into himself, just saying he's a visionary, he understands where the business should be going. Paul just being right there by his side. Um, I loved seeing Punk come out just ready to tear him a new one.
Mhm.
And then, obviously the very last bit, Roman Reigns coming out, after the credits roll. And then Braun Breaker showing up out of nowhere. And I mean, what better way to take out uh, an immovable object by meeting it with the irresistible force? And I don't think Roman has ever taken a spear quite like that.
Nah,
Well, I mean, he took it at Royal Rumble. He took the same spear. The
True, but
other
I
spear,
think,
the super spear, yeah, that was kind of crazy. But now I
and
love
those
that it was.
stomps were nasty. The stomps were nasty. I mean, just the
I mean,
I
because
don't
he had to
agree.
take fifth, five, and six over the goddamn. How many times
Yeah,
you gonna fucking kick this man in the head?
yeah.
Jeez.
Um, I don't think we're gonna see like an evolution 2.0. I'm wondering if that like man, maybe they could be called the Visionaries.
I don't know if you need to call him anything. I think when people are trying to what people are trying to say is that it's reminiscent or feels like
right.
the Dangerous
Hmm.
Alliance or it feels like the start of Evolution. I don't know if they don't need a name per se. It's just like they're stable. They're together. They're the new top guys. Whatever. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? It's just
and I
it's
think
just a
that
signal of what it is. Is I don't much. I don't care what their name is.
and I
I
think
don't.
that really establishes the idea that they're not going to be contained to one brand. I really believe that we're probably going to see Seth on both shows semi regularly. Um,
Well, I think the majority of it will be on Raw. Like I don't think it'll be
yeah,
many SmackDown appearances. Like it'll
yeah,
be before the pay-per-views, maybe something like that. But it'll be majority Raw. Which,
Yeah.
like I said, you don't need to bleed everything all the time. I mean,
for sure.
If you have a Cena champion, he's gonna pretty much do TVs. Not actually, not many TVs because technically he only has. What do you say? He only had like 22
27 dates.
appearances,
27 dates.
27
Yeah.
appearances. Oh my god! That also tells me he's not losing the belt. In December, in my opinion, he's gonna lose the belt soon. I would actually put it as soon as Money in the Bank
Mm.
In
because it
July.
wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if Seth wins Money in the Bank and cashes it on John Cena. Wouldn't surprise
Yeah.
Are they in London for Money in the Bank or no?
No,
me.
they're in the Intuit Dome.
Money in the
They,
Bank is
no, are you sure? No, no, no. They're in the Intuit for
nah, no, no. Money in the Bank is in Los Angeles.
it is.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, because
Okay, my
June
bad.
7th.
they're doing I think Worlds Collide the day before or either even the same
Day,
day.
day, day after. Day after.
Yeah.
It'll be Sunday.
So
Wait, oh shoot. I'm thinking Money in the Bank was in July. Oh, that's what that's
No,
that
it's
that
June.
that's what would throw me off. Okay. That's June.
It's June.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then and then
SummerSlam,
Keenan.
because SummerSlam, I don't know. I don't. Are they doing it? Because they're not, like I said, they're not going to Saudi in June like they usually do this year. They're only going in October. So I don't know, and that's Crown Jewel. That's contractually called Crown Jewel, the one in October. So I don't know if
Hmm.
they do it unless they're doing it out of like they're making a pay-per-view for Queen, King and Queen in the Ring, which would
let's
be
see.
cool. But
Mm.
the fact that SummerSlam is actually in the beginning of August, and then they're doing a pay-per-view June 7th, that tells me that there's no pay-per-view in the middle of that, unless there's a
Uh,
Saturday night main event
that
scheduled.
I was just getting ready to I was just getting ready to mention that Saturday night main event. I was just going to let me see. Um, we got Backlash. They do have a Saturday night main event in Tampa, uh, May twenty
That's in May.
fourth.
Yeah,
Yeah, on Battleground. Yeah, Money in the Bank is in. It looks like they're having the women. Oh, they're having another Saturday night main event in July.
there you
When
go.
are
That's in between. That's in between the SummerSlam, the Money in
Hmm.
the Bank and SummerSlam. So
Yeah,
maybe
and, and
you do the King and Queen of the Ring there.
yeah, and
when are
then,
they do
then, then go ahead, Hayden, go ahead.
when are they doing that all women's pay-per-view Evolution? Um they
I
Evolution
announced a
is
don't.
date.
is is no, yeah, July 5th. So it's July
Okay.
4th weekend.
Do we see Rhea take the title off of Io there?
So hold on. They got June 7th Money in the Bank, then July 4th weekend, wherever it is, there's
It's-
Evolution, and then they got a
Yep,
Saturday night main event win. 2 weeks
July
after.
12th. July 12th is what I'm reading.
I thought it was the
That's the
25th.
week before. That's the day before my birthday. So that's 2 weeks. That don't make sense. Yeah, got it. Is it? Let me. Come on.
No wonder why we think so much alike. Fair. We're both born in July, except you're in a cult called the Bloodline.
Hmm.
That shit's over with now. I'm
Just a
lonely.
Roman fan.
I
I'm just
forgot.
yeah.
Oh
My
shoot,
people's
I
not even.
forgot Royal Rumble. I forgot. Well, you know what? I wonder if they're not doing anything, two things in Saudi because they're having Rumble over in Saudi next year.
Is Rumble in Saudi next year?
Ugh.
Yeah,
Survivor
yeah,
Center.
Rumbles is. So
Hold
that
on.
means it's gonna be like at what 12 in the afternoon or like 1 in the afternoon here, whatever.
Are they doing it? Are they doing it in the same dome that they did um
Um,
King and Queen of the Ring in, or are they using the bigger venue?
that
WWE. Hold on. WWE Evolution is July 5th. Then there's a supposed July 12th Saturday Night Main Event. Heat Wave, then SummerSlams after that, then Clash in Paris. So that's the summer right there. So I would have to say July 12th is going to be King and Queen of the Ring. That's what that pay per view is. My bad for interrupting. Go
um, yeah, in Survivor Series, this is the first time it's going to be at Petco Park. So it's the first time Survivor Series has ever been held in a stadium.
Hmm.
Oh, I wonder
The
what they're
Survivor
doing for that.
Yeah,
Survivor
so it
Series.
so
I,
it
I,
sounds like. Go ahead, Hayden.
I was gonna say I've been saying for a long time Survivor Series needs to be one of the bigger events. I wouldn't be surprised if a couple years from now it's a two nighter as well.
So
Do
pretty
we get a
much,
war games? You think you get a war
that's what
games there?
I think. So that's what I was getting ready to say. It sounds like now, if that's going to happen, now they're really emphasizing these are the four biggest pay-per-views. These are the four original, and they're all going to be in 50,000 plus stadiums
And two nights.
and two nights. Well,
I
right, yeah.
I'm gonna say no war games
You think they're gonna get back to
for
traditional?
I think they're gonna get a traditional elimination Survivor Series match and build that whatever maybe it's whatever that happens between Paul Heyman and his little crew
Yeah.
and whatever
The
team
White
for
Six.
whatever they're doing. No, stop. Between it'll be like a star-studded type tag team match. I don't think we do. I think because I'm pretty sure Triple H said they're going to chill out on the War Games for a little bit. So
Yeah, they probably
They've
need
done it
to. It's
what
getting out.
they've done it what like 5 years in a row,
at
Yeah.
least
4 years
three,
in a row,
at least
three.
three.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Roman did pretty much all of them but one, did he? It's been in the all 4 years of the Bloodline. I'm pretty sure he's done the three.
Judgment Day was one of them, wasn't it? It was Judgment
Wasn't that
Day,
with
and
the Bloodline
was it?
or somebody from the? But no, Jay Uso was in that one. Jay Uso was in that one because they did it with Drew. Matter of fact, that was the year that CM Punk came back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it
That was
wasn't
the
no.
only one Roman didn't do.
You would know. Yes, yes, yes. I'm interested to see what happens on Friday night. Um, I'm definitely excited to see where we go from here. Um, it feels like a new slate. I felt like this last year we kind of really felt like, and I think that's maybe what leads a little bit to the disappointment of what Mania was. I
Mm,
think we all had an idea or a thought process of what we thought this Mania was going to look like, and to be honest, like there's some kind of comfort in knowing that you have no idea where this next Mania is going to lead to, right? There's some
mm.
kind of feeling there's not a bloodline anymore. There's Roman Roman is going to have to fight his way back to the top. Do I think he could main event another Mania? Yeah, for sure. But I think this is going to be kind of the start of we're going to be seeing a lot of the new generation kind of step up. And I think you're going to really establish those mid card belts for the women this year. I think they're going to spend a lot of time kind of reestablishing themselves in a new way. Um, I think this will be the real start of the Triple H era.
No, we're not gonna do that.
Um.
It's ever started already. Just because he fucked up at WrestleMania, don't mean you get to take that shit away from him. This is on his ledger.
No, no,
Nah,
no, no. What I'm no, no. What I'm saying is like he's going to have the opportunity because I think there was. I honestly think at some point the idea was Roman Rock. Um, I think that's what a lot of people wanted. I think there was a lot of first of all, there was a lot of injuries this year that really put a wrench into a lot of things. Um,
Mhm.
I mean, even the day of, right? Like KO was supposed to be there. He was hurt months before. Bailey was supposed to be there. And I truly think that the reason we're getting Becky as a heel is because that was actually what was supposed to happen with Bailey. I think that they're just flowing with the story. I think Bailey was going to turn heel on Lyra um, after Mania.
man,
And
And
then
you know what?
y'all
And
just
we're gonna
love to
segue
save
into
this
that.
woman. Y'all just love to save this woman, bro.
who Becky?
Yeah, like why?
No,
Like
no,
I
no, no,
don't
no, 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 no,
understand.
no. I'm not saying that like she. I think I'm not trying to save her. I'm saying that I truly think that they just continued with the creative. I don't think that they've messed with it a whole bunch.
That was the creative to take her out and put Becky in. That was
So
the
you're saying
creative.
So you think Becky took her out? Is
Yes.
that what you're
No, I
saying?
don't know if Becky took her out. I'm talking about period. Why is Becky having a debut when she's done nothing for WrestleMania? That
Hey, man,
yo
I don't.
barely been busting her ass all year, but you talking about I gotta take her out for fucking Becky because Becky
I think
decided to come back?
she's legit injured though, right? Like we know that she's
No,
legit injured.
no, she's not.
They announced it. They announced it
What did
last
she hurt?
night.
What did she hurt?
She has a torn labrum in her
She had a torn
shoulder.
labrum, but I've seen her like in countless injuries,
She just
countless
talked about
interviews.
it on. She just talked about it in the Chris Van Fleet interview.
I
She
Yeah,
didn't
hurt.
hear her
I
say nothing
was
about no hurt.
She
I
hurt.
I
was
didn't hear nothing say about no hurt.
I was
Maybe I
because
wasn't
that was
listening
I was going to ask
'cause
that.
I ain't hear
Do
shit.
you think Becky? I meant Becky. Do you think Bailey is leaving WWE soon, or right now she's just
Well, she
frustrated
said
with
she got a
with
year and a
where
half.
her character? Yeah, a year and a half. Yeah,
Yeah, and if
but
she's
I
hurt
mean,
and she's about to have surgery, then that's longer now because they're just going to tack on the time and on the back end. So no, she's not going anywhere anytime soon.
No, where is she gonna go? She ain't gonna go to AEW.
She's not going to go to AEW. Like, come on, man.
no, I didn't say
Yeah.
AEW. Actually, I was going to say the Indies. Maybe hit the indie circuit for a while.
Shit, they own all the goddamn indies.
Hey,
All the
Yo,
indies are owned by
WWE
somebody bigger.
they are taking over. Like they are buying a bunch of shit, bro. Like I don't know. I don't think like yeah, great. She can definitely go over to AEW and probably have one or two good feuds with their best people, right? And then after that,
So
we all know what happens.
Mercedes,
The wrestling sees what happens.
Mercedes and Tony Storm.
Yeah,
That'd be it. Just
that'll be it.
she'd be reduced to what Edge is right now.
Exactly. It'll be 6 months. They had a little hot spot for like 6 little months, and then now look at Edge. You
no,
know
no,
what I'm
no.
saying?
I mean, of course, everybody would think AEW because uh, because of Mercedes Monet. Actually, I don't even think I wasn't even thinking
AEW.
AEW. I was thinking Indies or maybe even go to New Japan or something. Just kind of get out
TNA.
New
of
Japan.
WWE.
I can see New
Yeah.
Japan. I'm not gonna lie. I can see that because they can actually pay. But she's making millions of dollars. She's not going to no damn
Yeah.
indies.
Nah,
Hey,
she
I'm just saying, man. I mean, sometimes
well,
what I hear what you're saying as far as the money being great, but I mean, you know, sometimes you kind of go down a little bit or go somewhere else just to really find who you are and really rediscover and really rebuild your character or what have you. So, I mean,
yeah.
you
Man,
know,
With that being said, though, too, how long do we think Cody's gone? I think Cody's gone for a minute too.
I think maybe
I
till
don't think
June.
we see him until back after Backlash. Maybe
Yeah,
at Backlash.
I was going
I
to
don't
say
think he
closer
stays
to
out too
June.
long. I don't think he stays out too long.
How much more do you think we're seeing Travis Scott?
I don't think we're seeing Travis. I hope we don't see Travis Scott anymore. I really
The man,
Next
don't.
the man said it was his full time job now.
next
Man,
week.
that dude's got to be
Next
trolling.
week.
Please, Travis Scott, don't come back. We don't need you, man.
He
Next
sold
week.
he sold a good Crossroads. I still think
He
that
did.
There was
he
nothing
still
wrong with
owed
what he did, man. It's just
he's owed a good receipt though. Still,
Oh yeah,
yeah, like I don't know. I didn't. It's that main event. That second night main event was so bad. It was so bad. Not, and it's not even like the match was bad. It's just the fit. That finish
the
was
finish.
disgusting.
yeah.
That
Hitting him
was
with the belt,
insulting.
like I would have actually. It would have been better. Like, okay, he hits him with the belt. He's a heel. He hits him with the belt. I get it. But then I would have picked him up and done an
And
AA
then, hey,
unity.
hey, and
Yeah,
then pin
actually, you
him.
know what? You know
Uh,
what? What they could have done? They could have actually hit. He could have actually hit Cody with either two or three AAs. You know what I'm saying? To really, really, really drive it
put
home,
him in the
and then
He
hit.
STF.
he
Oh,
ended up
Put him
hitting
STF,
in
him
the
yeah,
with
STF.
he ended up hitting him with four like in general though, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah.
was
Right, he got it
four. He was
before. It
fucking
before.
Super Hogan. Fucking Super
Yeah.
Cody. He just kicks out of everything. But then he loses because you kicked him in the dick and then you fucking hit with a belt.
I
The
mean, I'll be out
fuck?
too if you. I mean, you would be out if someone kicked you in your Johnson.
I wouldn't be. Listen, we're talking wrestling. This
Hey,
man
I'm just saying.
took a AA off the top rope
And kicked out.
and kicked out. He couldn't
Ooh
kick
wee.
out from getting kicked. You could use the energy that you got kicked in the dick to kick out. Because the shit is going through your body, just make it fucking hit your shoulder and fucking kick out. Like that shit is crazy. Huh. Uh,
What's up? What's up? What's up, little guy? Well, I think
but
that
yeah,
pretty
it was
much.
just
Go ahead.
it was so lazy. It feels like it was a fuck you to somebody, and I don't know who, but it was a fuck you to somebody.
I think it was you,
And
Phil.
then, well, definitely was a fuck you to me. The fuck you to me was the night before. But
They
yeah,
hurting your
man, it's
tribal
just
chief, man. They just burying your tribal
no.
chief, just 1 inch at
Actually,
a time.
I love what they doing with Roman.
I know, man.
I fucking like I said. I've said personally, I don't need Roman to have a title for like another
Like,
year and a half. Like I don't.
we know,
You don't
we
need to
know,
have
we
a
know.
title,
Give us
and it's not
Savage
because of his
Roman. Give us
quarterback.
Savage Roman.
Right.
Exactly. Give us a Roman that can actually fucking not fall for the same shit 3 times in a row. How about that?
Yeah.
Like you keep trusting
Hmm.
us. You told us don't trust anybody. Then this dude fucking low blows somebody. You want to trust him?
Yeah.
Make up your
But
mind.
before we go off, there's one piece of business I feel like we need to cover.
Uh-oh.
Chris, who won the
Mm.
picks? Who won the picks?
Ding, 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 ding. Hayden won the picks, ladies and gentlemen. He won the WrestleMania 41 picks. So congratulations to
And
Hayden
and
on
that's
winning the picks.
and that's with this man changing every 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
I
Hey.
mean, night 2 fucked everybody up, really. But you know, like nobody
I'll
seen that
also
shit coming.
I would also like to say that the person who came in last was this guy right here. Yeah, this guy right here came in last place, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
Um,
now we got to count. Now we got to count. Tell me how the hell I came in last place. Tell me how I came. No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
I think you did,
Pull
dude.
it up.
No,
Pull it
I
up.
didn't, bro.
Pull
No,
it
I
up.
Pull
didn't.
it up. Pull
You
up.
really gotta make me fucking.
Yes.
Yeah, move. Since you said that you didn't come in last place,
Since
move.
you so
Definitely
confident,
didn't come in last
Right.
place. You don't even know what you came in. You don't even know the record.
I
Well,
think it
You
was
yeah.
just
one
know
less than me.
Hayden. You just want to know Hayden came in, got there first because you want to hop on people. That's what you want to do.
Oh my God, this dude here. You want to hop on people? Yeah, you know
You
what
want
I'm
to
saying.
hop
All you
on
want to
people.
do,
That's what you want to
all you want
do.
to do is
Fucking
ride the
hop off.
coattails. Oh my gosh,
Fucking hop
pause,
off, nigga.
All right. Hey,
pause.
we're waiting. Come on.
Exactly.
You'll
Now all of a
wait
sudden he
more,
can't
nigga.
find
I
his
don't know
sheet.
what you. I got it right here, but you can wait more now that you waiting on. Now that you want to wait on me. How
Oh
about
my
that?
gosh,
How about that?
this guy, this guy
Go
here.
ahead. Don't play with me.
Oh my goodness.
Don't play with me. All right, so we starting off the Rey Mysterio joint because we agreed, correct, Chris, that we're not gonna
Yeah,
fucking actually count that.
yeah.
I got LA Knight wrong, and I got CM Punk wrong for night 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 picks. 4 out of 2. Four and 2. Uh, uh yeah, night 2 is just trash. Yeah, that was trash.
Yeah.
That was just trash.
Oh boy, this
So,
guy here, man.
so
Night
you would
2 is
last,
just
brother.
trash. Hold on, wait a minute. I don't even remember because I changed picks. What did I change picks to? I don't remember.
That's why you
Um,
got to stop changing picks. Whatever,
Exactly,
yeah,
man.
whatever we do
yeah,
on the
Change
yeah,
pod needs to
picks.
be it.
Let's
yeah,
go.
yeah. I don't remember. I didn't write your picks down, Chris. To be honest with you. So
Now you didn't write my picks down.
I
Now you didn't
didn't.
write my picks down.
I
You write
didn't.
everything
I
else
The
down,
didn't.
man,
but you don't
the
write my
man just
picks.
I didn't write
I
the
Oh
just
picks.
assumed
yeah.
you were going to be
Oh
last.
yeah.
Hey, you know what? Here,
Which
for
means, ladies
just
and
to
gentlemen,
stop,
Fair
just
came
to
in
stop,
last place. He
just to
came in
stop,
last. He doesn't
just to
want to
stop. First
admit
of all,
that
stop
he
yelling
came
before
in
I start
last.
yelling and start
I don't
smoking
care.
your ass. All right,
I don't
all
care.
right.
I don't care. You came in last. If you ain't first, you last. Okay? That's what it is. If you ain't
If you
first,
ain't
you
first, you
last.
last. So then you came
Yeah.
in last.
You came in
But I came
last.
in
No,
first.
you came in last.
You came in last.
You came in last. You just
I
said if
came in
you're not
first.
first, you're
No,
last.
I'm
He came in
talking
first.
to
We
you.
last.
I'm
We
talking
last.
to
Bro,
you.
let me ask you a question. Who'd you pick between Liv and Raquel versus then Bailey and like Valkyria? Who'd you pick?
I think I picked Liv and Raquel, didn't I? Yeah, Liv and Raquel.
He did.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
That was
review
the
the
one.
tape.
That was the one that I didn't. That was the one I got wrong for night 2.
All right. We both said Finn, but then I changed it to Dom actually, so that actually was right.
Mm-hmm.
Let me change that. And you did you change it to Dom or did you still pick Finn? I don't remember.
I stayed with Finn.
You stayed
Yeah,
with
he
Finn,
stayed
so
with
you
Finn.
got that wrong. Uh, you picked Logan or AJ.
I picked Logan.
Picked
All
Logan
right.
as well.
I picked Drew. I don't know if anybody
I picked
who
Drew.
who didn't pick Drew.
I think
Everybody picked Drew.
yeah, we got
We
Drew.
all
We know
picked Drew.
that,
We
Drew.
all picked Drew.
We all picked Bianca,
Yeah.
Yeah, we all got that wrong.
and I picked Cody, but then I switched to Cena, so I got that right.
This
This
guy
man.
here, man. This guy is amazing.
Don't
This
I said
guy's a
I said I've changed my picks, and I told you why. I said because you don't fucking leave fucking WrestleMania, and it's John Cena's goddamn last WrestleMania,
We
and he
get it.
doesn't
We
win the
get it.
title.
We get it.
I
Here's
like
what you need to start
so I
doing, though. You
changed
need
the
to start
picks.
thinking about. You need to
I
start thinking about
need
this shit before we make the picks.
I need
thank
to
you. Stop
change.
changing picks. He
I
changes picks
need
every freaking 5 minutes. You know, I'm gonna go this way.
okay.
No, you know what?
Let me
I'm
ask you
changing
a
my pick.
question.
I'm gonna go
When
this
you
This,
make a
way.
this
bet, can you stop the bet before it actually starts? Can you do that? Can you do
No,
it?
and here's why.
Yes,
Because
you
I don't
can.
bet. Oh
Well,
my!
exactly.
Here you go changing bets
Who
and stuff.
bet?
Boy,
Who
you know
bet?
what?
Who
You would
don't
not
bet?
make well with the
And you can
mafia
see
because the
now
mafia would
if the
have your
fucking
fingers and
game
your
didn't start.
have you
No, it
doubling
don't.
over the
I just
freaking
take my money
money
back.
or
They
whatever.
good.
Tell them where's my
If the
money at?
bet don't start, I can fucking say I want my money back. That's on every app in America. So I said I don't want to fucking pick that guy. I'm gonna pick the other person.
We
And if the
aren't
bet
FanDuel,
didn't
Prize
start,
Picks, Bet MGM.
if
Okay,
the bet
we're
didn't
not that.
start,
All right, we're not that.
listen. One I, two I, three I. I'm changing my bet.
Ladies and
this
gentlemen,
man.
you have just witnessed the demise of a guy who won't admit that he lost. Okay,
I
he
didn't
won't
lose,
admit that he
actually.
lost.
I didn't lose. We tied for the same
Okay.
record.
Oh my gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to
That's
Wrestle with the
true.
Bros.
Yes,
Shout
I
out to
didn't
everybody
lose.
who tuned in with us all weekend long on the spaces here on the stream. We
Go
appreciate
watch
it. Thank you
Daredevil.
so much. Yeah, I'm watching the game right now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hey, you guys take care. Have a great week. We'll see you back here next week for Smitty, Fair, Hayden. I'm Chris. Hit the music or just end the stream. One of the two. One of the two. One of the two.
Yo, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to the 12th episode. I remember this time. 12th episode of Wrestling with the Bros. Acknowledge us.